What do you do with paintings that you don't like? That's a pretty good question that I get a lot from people, and I'm going to show you one of the tricks that I like to do. I'm just going to create a canvas that I don't like right now to prove to you that you can do this on almost anything, because I guarantee you whatever you made is not uglier than this, right? It's just a mess. So I'm going to use a paint pen to draw these sort of flower-like shapes, have them overlap each other, and try to leave maybe small little pockets of negative space in between them. When we start using the paintbrush to fill in the gaps like this, you don't have to use black. You can use any background color you want, but I'm just going with black on this one. And yeah, try to keep some spaces in between them. It'll make your composition more interesting, and once we get to the actual doodles with the pen, you're gonna need that separation for the composition to make sense. So use an appropriate size brush for the job. Fill in these gaps around the edges, and if you left negative space in somewhere between these flowers, go ahead and fill those in. Now, I find this typically works better over brighter color or lighter colored paintings. But here we go. Here's the modification. So you're going to use the pen to draw these little stems in the middle, and then a petal with a line running under it. And you kind of keep repeating this pattern, rotating around the center. A petal and then a line running under it, going off to one of the sides. You'll find that I'm going in a circular motion with the petals getting bigger. We're tucking each petal under the petal before it. And so long as you just follow these rules with the pen, it will come together very quickly. Please don't draw two petals and then think, oh wow, this doesn't look like a completely realistic flower. It doesn't work that way. It's more of a trust the process and keep rinsing and repeating, and it will come together pretty quickly. You can, of course, try this on a piece of paper on the side with just a pencil or with a pen to practice. But you'll find that it's not about precision. It's not really about making it look super realistic. It's actually just about repetition. And the more you repeat it, following the rule, curving around the center, the more it will look realistic, so long as you just keep repeating. You see, it looks a lot more convincing now that there's 3 of them on the canvas than just one, right? And as I continue to do this, it will look more detailed, it will look more convincing, because the way it works is the eye can only focus on so many things at once. It can't possibly see all this detail at the same time. That's one of the key components of the doodle type drawing or painting, is that it uses that way that the brain functions to its advantage. Remember to vary up the size of the petals. If you have, those blobs we drew earlier, if one of them is substantially bigger than the others, you can make substantially bigger petals on that one than the others. This will also create a sense of depth. Remember, when you're drawing the ones that are quote-unquote underneath the others, remember to, taper off or, slide their petals under the other flowers. So now that you have your composition, it's time to pull out the white pen and make highlights. Highlights are generally the most fun part of any drawing or painting process, because they really, really make the painting come to life. And it's usually the part you can't wait to get to while you're painting or drawing. So I'm using a Posca pen. I recommend those highly over any other pen, especially when you're working with white, because the more budget pens tend to be transparent, and the Posca pen isn't actually that expensive compared to any other paint pen type of product. So you don't need to draw in every single petal. You don't even need to draw in the whole shape. You just need to do the sort of wiggly or C-shaped curve around the edge of some of the petals. You don't even have to work them all. But the more you do, like I said, the more convincing it becomes. You don't have to go over the black line exactly. I'm being very messy and sloppy because, again, we're relying on the fact that there is so much detail that you can't actually focus on all of it at once. So enjoy this highlighting process because this is genuinely a lot of fun. And yeah, remember to step back and look at your painting every now and then to really see what it's turning into. So yeah, give this sort of doodle type situation a try to salvage some of your older paintings or paintings that you don't like. Let's go in for a close-up and look at this. I really like this doodle type painting, and hopefully we can explore some more ways to salvage paintings in this series. So try this and let me know.